Hey, are you ready? Neil Ledger found friend set a password. What a trickster. Worse, only 3 chances. If they guess wrong 3 times, the files will self-destruct. Everyone started wildly guessing, but after 2 tries, they got a big fat no, leaving them with just one last shot. O'Donnell had a sudden light bulb moment, typing away like a secret code-breaking wizard, entering Jack's messenger. The password was correct. Jack gained confidence and vowed to catch the mastermind. The files flew out one by one, celebrating. But these files were as clear as mud. They looked at them like they were alien ticks. 1 page was full of names, and the other 7 pages looked like a bad joke, totally confusing. These files were a major headache, killing France. The trio was worried and decided to expand their team. They sought old friends from the special team to rescue someone, trying their luck at swans. No answer. Sensing trouble, Jack took action. As soon as they walked in, their noses were hit by a wave of stench, and a nervous search revealed it came from a dead dog. Just then, Jack turned to see a fire pit photo, and his heart sank. Jack stormed out, fuming like an erupting volcano he needed to vent. He knew they were being tailed, and boy were they in for it. One by one, Jack's old comrades were being taken out, and the villain was so bold, stalking him like it was a game, making Jack's blood boil. Jack's anger boiled over, and lo and behold, his buddy found a police badge on that guy. What a hilarious twist. Everyone scrambled to get out. Neely said his rage was deep, then accidentally killed the guy. Jack's identity is on a roller coaster. Jack's little secret was a big mess. Everyone left confused, and Neely recognized the name. Whose vendetta is this? Talk about unreliable. And Jack is really attacking an officer. Talk about a mess. Even the mainland tiger can't get moving now, and O'Donnell said, "Let's park this thing at the airport." Everyone was brainstorming for new transportation, but with their identities flagged, they couldn't rent cars. Then Jack had a light bulb moment. What a genius plan. After saying that, he headed straight for a woman dragging a suitcase. Helen was an undercover from the Special Investigations team, looking just... Of course, Helen had a set of fake ID, and her gaze at Jack was a mix of envy and something else. The evidence at the end confirmed this. Hey, with Helen's help, they could rent a car with no hassle. Helen was a data whiz, but she was just as stumped by the data on the paper. While she was deep in thought, the assassin tailing Jack was chirping away to Old Island about. The assassin wasn't wrong. Jack was on the hunt for investigation, Bud Sanchez and Aura. When they found the two's office, it had also been ransacked. O'Donnell picked up a frame, and lo and behold, it was the fire pit party photo. What a funny moment. Jack found a frame on the ground. It was Sanchez with a girl. Sanchez has a soft spot for her. 4 arrived at the bar. Jack told Helen and O'Donnell to wait outside while he and Neely went in to see if the bartender could be hypnotized by the picture. After showing the photo to the bartender, he immediately led them to the girl. As they walked away, Martina sent something and bolted outside, and Helen and O'Donnell quickly recognized her. Jack and Neely were led down a narrow corridor and witnessed it all, like reading live news. The man jumped into action right after speaking, and while Jack understood his misunderstanding, this wasn't the time for pillow talk. He had to communicate with him. Jack kicked the man out, and just in time, Helen arrived to what a hero saves the day moment. Misunderstanding cleared. Martina said the team visited. She showed a photo of Sanchez, and others were investigating a case. She said she didn't know much about the case, just that she heard a mention that seemed to relate to gambling, and Sanchez and Oro were security at the casino. Straight to the point. Their ongoing investigation into this case could very well be connected to the casino, so they decided to approach the security supervisor there and elaborated on the current situation. What an absolute nightmare it was. The manager said head check with other casinos, leaving them waiting at the hotel, speechless. Jack suddenly had a moment to unwind, treating his wounds in the mirror while a woman behind him watched intently. It was a sweet and funny. Helen hurriedly looked down at her phone, feeling awkward, hoping no one noticed. Jack realized he was hurt too and immediately offered to help. Yet while Jack was tending to the wounds, he accidentally blew a kiss, and suddenly there was an awkward tension, bringing them closer. Helen leaned in and kissed Jack, and what happened next is probably better left to your imagination. Let's check out what else is going on. Jack and Helen shopping, notice being tailed. Jack wanted to find out who, so they scaled a wall into a sight wild. Helen whipped out a big metal pipe to find a place to hide, while Jack started lowering the pursuers like a seasoned undercover agent. What a theatrical! Jack started free-climbing the scaffolding, and the guys chased after him, only for Jack to suddenly leap out of the shadows. Talk about the horror movie moment. That guy never saw Jack's counterattack coming, leading to a sweet comeback as Jack took him down. Jack spotted a shovel nearby and thought about the saying, "A weapon's length matters," and he whacked the guy hard with it. What a brave warrior. After all that, he tossed the guy down from above, and Helen wasn't slacking either. She jumped into action as soon as she heard the commotion. Helen noticed some noise next to her and started swinging her metal pipe. Just as she was about to take care of business, gunfire erupted. What a heart-stopping moment. Jack knocked the gun out of the shooter's hand just in time. The big guy was helpless, forced to drink and wash hands. Jack searched the man and found only keys. Now they had to check the car, truly at a loss. Helen noticed a bulky package of documents in the glove compartment, only to discover upon opening it that it was stuffed with detailed info on the special investigation team members. It seems their attacker wasn't merely a case of a blind cat catching a dead mouse, but rather a premeditated strike all along. Jack discovered a mobile phone and swiftly dialed the most recent call on it, but that individual hung up as soon as he heard the voice. Obviously, he wasn't someone to be taken lightly. Jack found the guy's number was disposable, making tracking impossible. Helen found a parking receipt under the passenger seat. Mixed feelings. They knew where to investigate, and the assassin's bodies had a destination. This mess still needed Jack and Helen bandaged like a boy in a girl's room.